Well, joining us on the broadcast is Harish Khuranna of the Delhi BJP, Dr. Mohsin Wali, who's a cardiologist and also a Padma Shri awardee, Mr. Vimlendu Jha, who's an environmentalist, is joining us on the broadcast. Chaudhry Pushpendra Singh, who's the president of Kisan Shakti Sangh, is also with us on the show. We are also expecting somebody from the Aam Aadmi Party to join us on the broadcast. Let's see if they agree to be a part of the show or not. Dr. Wali, I'm coming to you first. I want a perspective in terms of the air that we are breathing right now. What does it mean for healthy adults? What does it mean for children living in the National Capital Region?
Yes, when you were describing your commentary, you said a big word, right policies in place. So if we don't have them, then our children suffer. Newborns, these are three main categories which suffer. One is newborns, second is pregnant mothers, and third is elderly people. And there is, of course, that universal category of people having certain diseases, lung diseases, asthma, hypertension, cardiac diseases, coronary artery disease, heart patients, heart attack patients, patients who are immunocompromised. So maximal load falls on these patients. And this air goes into our rooms, then it goes into our lungs. And lungs suffer because they are communicating with the outer part of the world. This said, one side, then there is further damage. These years we have been going through COVID suffering, and there are a number of people who do not even know that they have suffered from COVID, and they suffered either mild COVID or moderate COVID, and they recovered. They do not even know that. So population has been suffering, a great number of population has been suffering from COVID in the past 2 years. Now the brunt of this pollution, if you compare with the previous years, will be much more than those who have not suffered with COVID. That is a normal population. So we are adding to the risk through those patients who had suffered from COVID. So this all is now also affecting on oxygen saturation. The patients are requiring more medication for asthma. The blood pressures are shooting up. Young girl of 34 working in one bank called me yesterday, her blood pressure shot up to 240 by 120 for no reason. This is what is happening. Patients normally do not require so much increase in medication. In winters, we normally increase and augment the medication for high blood pressure. What I am seeing this year is they are almost getting double the dose and still their blood pressures are sometimes very high. So and then asthmatic patients. Just now a colleague of yours had been calling from hospital, and her mother is down, she's on BiPAP, she just walked in the hospital and suddenly she had the effect of bad air quality and she's now on BiPAP machine.
Well, Dr. Wali, I can tell you that I had my parents here in Delhi and I made sure that, just a week before Diwali, they leave the city. I didn't want them to be exposed to this toxic air, and they both are patients of blood pressure and diabetes. And as you said, the patients face far worse symptoms and the symptoms of their disease, whatever they're suffering from.
One point I will add to this.
Yes.
We have been talking about PM 2.5 and counting it, and you have been showing how drastically the graph is going up, all the newspapers showing graphs like PM 2.5. But there is one point addition to this also, PM1, which is a very small and ready to go in the lungs particle, very small size, and that we are not talking. Probably that is more hazardous. And that comes from tires, airport landings and takeoffs, vehicular tires when they move on the road. This is apart from the diesel pollution what we are talking.
Well, sir, this is the reality of the urban living where we are right now and of the national capital, which is one of the worst polluted cities, at least at this point in time, if you look at the AQI levels. Mr. Harish Khuranna, I'm coming to you. And I'm talking with the help of numbers, and I have no hesitation in saying that if you look at the numbers, the state of Haryana has done its bit in terms of controlling the farm fires. There's much more that needs to be done. But when it comes to Punjab and the national capital, what we are witnessing right now, it's a routine. It's a routine which leads us to this toxic hell and the poison that we continue to breathe in. What are the questions that you're raising? And also, as the union government of the day, is there something that can be done at the central level to ensure that things fall in place, things are in order?
See, when I'm talking to you, the AQI level is 654. It is hazardous. It's in a hazardous range, and we are living in a gas chamber actually. But unfortunately, till last year, Delhi government led by Arvind Kejriwal used to say stubble burning in Punjab is a key problem which is coming in for Delhi. But this year, he's not talking about it. Last year, he was speaking about that he has made a goal, a capsule for removing this parali problem. But what about this year? Where that goal has gone? If that is so successful, why he has not given to Punjab for that distribution in the paddy lands? Why they have not done it? So my point is, every year, this is yearly. We talk every year. This point of time, this has become a scenario, regular scenario now. But where is the short-term plan? Where is the long-term plan? And where is the mid-term plan? We all know, parali, stubble burning is a key constraint on this point of time. But every year, the balanced months, we used to live in, because of the weaker emission, we used to still live in bad toxic airs.
Yeah.
But where is the public transport system in Delhi? Only 300 buses have been introduced, of electronic buses, which has been given by central government, not procured by Delhi government, but given by central government only. And when you say what
Mr. Khuranna, I began by saying that the state of Haryana has done its job. CAQM, which declared the stage 4 norms today, is actually a union government body which has done it for the national capital region, the kind of norms that we're witnessing. So not that I'm taking away from what has already been done. But that being said, for a country like India, especially the north of the country, it's not just Delhi. The AQI in multiple districts of Punjab is also in a severe category, in a very unhealthy category. Those numbers are also reported in multiple newspapers today. If you look at Rajasthan, even parts of Rajasthan, parts of Uttar Pradesh, Haryana are affected. This is a problem beyond Delhi that needs to be addressed perhaps by the union government. I am not taking away from the fact that environment is a state subject, law and order is a state subject, but when it comes to having a policy that can be followed by multiple states in the country, perhaps the union government needs to step in. Mr. Khuranna.
Yes, I agree with you, and I think central government is doing a lot what they can do. They have given whatever the money they were demanded by the different state governments. Like, for example, in Punjab, since last 5 years, 1,376 crore has been given for stubble burning, stoppage of stubble burning. We have given that. Like 300 buses, electronic buses, has been given to Delhi government, and 1,000 buses will be coming in next 2 years by the central government only. So central government is helping out. But the problem over here is we need a visionary chief minister in Delhi, especially when you talk about vision, what will happen 10 years before. I'll give you a small example. A BJP government was there in 1993. Mr. Khuranna, who was chief minister, who thought about Delhi Metro at that point of time, which was been taken by Congress government after that. Imagine if today the metro was not been there in Delhi, what would happen to our transport system? Same with Sheila Dikshit ji. Sheila Dikshit ji has introduced flyovers in Delhi. Imagine if flyover not been there, what would happen to the pollution level where pollution has gone down? Problem is we need a visionary chief minister, as well as in Delhi, as well as in Punjab also.
No, but Mr. Khuranna, you did not answer my question. I asked you a question. You're right, we need visionary chief ministers. I agree that we need leaders who can see 20, 30 years of their time and plan policies for the citizenry. But at this point in time, when we face this crisis, what is it that the union government can do more? We tried the Aam Aadmi Party. We wanted the Aam Aadmi Party to be a part of this panel discussion. They refused to be a part of this discussion. So hence, I'm taking this question up with you.
I told you what central government is helping out. Like, for example, giving them the funds, having a meeting with them. I'll give you a small example. On 29th of September, Bhupender Yadav, who is the environment minister of center, has called all the party, all the state environment ministers over there.
Is it time to have a white paper? Is it time to have, a special group that can look at it?
Please listen to me. Please listen to me 10 more seconds.
Yes.
So they have asked a detailed plan. Please give us a detailed plan, whatever support you want from central government and what the state government is doing. I'll give you the actual fact. Only Punjab and Delhi government has not given the detailed plan of that. Haryana government has given, UP government has given, Rajasthan government has given, but not Delhi government and Punjab government.
All right, I want to bring in Vimlendu Jha also into the discussion. Vimlendu, if you look at the numbers of Punjab and Haryana, these numbers conclusively prove that Haryana has done something right, for which due credit should be given. Why is it that this problem is so persistent in Punjab? I mean, in all fairness, the Aam Aadmi Party has been elected to power very recently. So would it be correct to say that the erstwhile governments did nothing? Or is it more to do with the kind of farming that we see in Punjab?
So indeed, Haryana government has done much better. and it's going to get better in coming years. At the same time, what your question was that whether we need agricultural reforms, and the answer to that is yes. We cannot have solution to stubble burning the same way as we were looking at creating these smog towers that don't really work in that sense.
Yeah.
When we look at agriculture, when we look at farming, when we look at stubble, we'll have to look at what are the other opportunities that are available. Stubble burning, for example, it only pollutes Delhi's air. The contribution of stubble burning to overall ambient air quality of Delhi is for around 40 to 45 days, and that ranges from 1% to 40%. So today, for example, it's around 30% in that sense. But imagine on November 20th, air will still be bad. Delhi's air quality, average air quality of Delhi is somewhere around 220 throughout the year. So what you were talking about earlier as well, that Delhi is polluted throughout the year. Punjab indeed,
so Vimlendu, it's correct to say that we also, people living in Delhi, including me, don't make noise till we can actually see the smog. That okay, it's out here to kill us. And most of the year,
Absolutely.
if the AQI is about
Visible pollution
220, we have accepted it that that's how we're going to live.
Exactly. So this is a new normal right now. Imagine air quality is 600, but markets are open, things are the same, and that is what is very, very disturbing. That imagine cities shut down, cities are evacuated when air quality index reaches 200, 250, and here we are just discussing the problem. Our political class, all these debates that you've been doing, I've been doing last 10 days, we don't see an iota of acceptance of a problem and resolve to solve this. And my problem is indeed with Aam Aadmi Party and Arvind Kejriwal's government and Bhagwant Man's government in terms of really not showing any sort of a political intent. But at the same time, for a problem of this magnitude, for a problem that actually kills 16 lakh people every year, for the problem of a public health emergency when the entire Delhi has become a gas chamber for almost a week, the absolute pin drop silence and inaction from the Prime Minister's office or from the central government is also a little very, very disturbing.
What will you have the